and they're all recorded and they are all on YouTube. What I'll do is, let me pop this over for you guys. I've created a YouTube channel, and every single day I'm uploading tips and tricks inside SolidCAM. So if you guys want, what I'll do is I will copy the link for you guys, and I will put it into the GoToMeeting chat. If you guys want, you guys can click the subscribe button here. You'll see I just started this a few days ago, so we just got a couple videos on here. And then for those of you that missed last week's class going over the tool libraries, that whole class is right here, so you guys can watch that. And tonight's class will be up there probably right around midnight, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, as long as I can get it uploaded in time. So, but with that said, I think we have quite a few people in here right now, so we'll get the ball rolling here. So first things first is what we'll do is go over the settings of the stock. So inside SolidCAM, we'll just go open up our settings here. You guys can come in here and set your, I gotta find it here, give me 1 second. Right here under stock definition, you guys can set this so it's kind of a default numbers. So if you guys constantly just work with bar stock, kind of more of the production environment stuff, you guys can actually set these up so it automatically puts material in for these values for the box auto feature and for the cylinder dimension. So inside here, kind of get the ball rolling for you guys. And you know, if this is something you guys do common and you always have, you know, maybe 100 thou stock on your Z, or maybe you always have, you know, 150 thou for saw cuts on your X positive and your X negative, this is a good spot to do it so you guys don't have to type it in every single time. All right. So now what we'll do is get into the part here. And some of you guys might be familiar with this part, but it's kind of a part that works great for everything here. So right here is just your standard SolidWorks part, and we'll go over some of the more simpler stuff in the beginning, and then we'll get a little bit more complex as we go through the video here. So from right here, we can just do our normal SolidCAM new milling. Now, it's always smart to always put a coordinate system on there first. I know we're talking about stock in this video, but and the reason why I say that is just so when you guys are orientating your stock, SolidCAM knows where the Z is going. So always throw a coordinate system on there first for you guys. And for some reason, my computer's running a little slow. Okay, there we go. And we'll accept that. Now we'll go to our stock. So as you guys will seen that there is quite a few different options inside your stock. So they get to open up here. Okay. So quite a few different options inside your stock. The most basic standard stock that a lot of people just use is the standard box right here. And I'll go through each one of these on the model and to kind of show you guys how they work. So when you guys use the standard box, that's going to be pulling from those SolidCAM settings that I was just showing you before, those default numbers. So if I just click on box right here, basically just click anywhere on the part. And you'll see it. What it does is it throws a green wireframe representing what the stock is. Now you can come down here and you can add to that stock for, say, your saw cut, or if you guys have to, you know, maybe the part is a little bit thinner, you can compensate for it right here. Now, one thing is a lot of people will always forget is clicking the Add Box to CAD Model. And what that does is it throws a 3D sketch on there as a representation of the stock for you guys. So with that 3D sketch, you can use that geometry and mark open edges with that geometry. So if you guys are trying to machine off all the stock all the way around using iMachining, it's real nice for that to do there. So as I click that, you'll notice it automatically puts that 3D sketch on there. And you also notice it throws midpoints throughout the part. So you notice I have a top left, center, bottom, and then we also have midpoints right here all the way around. So it makes it easy clicking points for you guys to base any of the geometry off of. So if we click OK on there, come on, okay, and we hit our green check mark out, you'll see that that 3D sketch shows up for you guys. Now if that's something that you guys don't really care to see, you can click, you don't have to click the add box to CAD model. If you did, you can always come over to your SolidWorks under the CAM section and remove that stock or just hide it temporarily. So that is one way of doing the stock. And if you're always curious on what your stock looks like, you can right-click over here and you can do a Show 3D, and it will actually pop open a 3D model of your stock. So kind of nice just to get a sanity check to make sure that's what you're looking for. Now, when we were in that stock, you'll notice that a couple of more options. Down here at the bottom is your facet tolerance. Basically, the facet tolerance, the tighter this tolerance is going to be, the more accurate it's going to be, but it's also going to slow down your simulation time. And this is mostly just for your Solid Verify. So you get a nice, clean, crisp corners, but like I said, default is 4 thou for you guys, but you guys can open that up if you want, if you're really not too worried about what it looks like in Solid Verify, or you can really tighten that down if you're looking to really fine-tune that detail in there. Going through here, you can also do the high precision faceting. Not much is going to change right there, and like I said, it's really based off of your Solid Verify of what you're going to see. And then you also do have the show button right here. Now the nice thing inside SolidCAM is you guys can have multiple different stocks. So you can see we have stock right here. I can add to this, and we can say stock number 2. And you can pick other stocks, so you can have multiple different stocks. And that also works good with your machine setup and your different operations. So that is the most basic, easiest stock that there is to add on there. And you guys can have this set up in your SolidCAM settings too. Let me show you that. In the automatic section right here is you can have your stock automatically defined, doing your box, cylinder around Z, or add 3D sketch to CAD model. So this can be turned on, so when you guys start a new CAM project, as soon as you put that cord sys on there, it's automatically going to put the stock on there for you too. So that is another option that you guys can do to make programming a little bit faster and easier for you if you have a standard size that you guys always program with. All right, with that being said, let's get into using configurations. We'll use our same part right here. No need to start over. Now this part, I actually have several different configurations. We just have machine part. We have a machine part with cast stock. And you'll see that it has a nice cast look to it. Or we can do just with a sample stock of just a regular square box. So to change back and forth from those, all you have to do is click on your stock, come in here, and you want to grab the 3D model. And I apologize, for some reason my computer's running a little bit slow tonight. Now inside our 3D model, you'll see that we have configurations, which makes it really nice. So you can come in here, I can click on my sample stock, and I can click that as a 3D model and pick that as my stock. If there's something that you're trying, let's just say you guys have a lot of parts in here, and it's kind of hard to click on what you want and what you don't want, what you guys can do is you can come over here and click on this CAD selection, and you can come over here and grab all your features in here. You can just click on what you want by hitting the control key, and you can click on 15 different things, and then just click the resume button, and it will grab everything that you basically clicked on in that moment in time. Okay, so now we have, I'll grab our stock here. So that is using the 3D model with the configuration. So if I hit the green check mark out of here, you'll see that we have our, kind of looks like the same before, but now we actually have a 3D model of our stock in there. Now, we'll go over to the sample, the cast, sorry about that. And instead of using that sample stock configuration, you'll notice that right now it's grayed out. And the reason it's grayed out is because we have it selected. So all you guys have to do is just do unselect, and that will ungray that box out for you. So now we can do with cast stock, click anywhere on that cast stock, and it will pull it up for you guys. Green check mark out. And now if we do a show here, you'll see that we have our cast stock that we started off with. So a lot of different options in there for you guys. So now one thing I want to really cover is, let's say you got the part from a customer or from the engineers. They obviously aren't going to put the stock in there with configurations or whatnot. Let's get this back to machine part here. And we're going to hide that original. All right. So now what we can do is we can actually add stock, a 3D model inside of your SolidCAM project. And the nice thing with this is it's not going to keep it anything to the original, because any changes that you guys make inside SolidCAM stay to the SolidCAM only. But you can add your 3D stock for your different shapes or whatnot. So the best way to go about this is, and this is solely SolidWorks right here, is if you guys just come over to your SolidWorks tab, on your Assembly tab right here, hit the Insert Component, hit the down arrow, and click New Part. Now what this is going to do is we're basically adding a new part in here, but we're making the part within the assembly. So you'll see that we have a green check mark. How's my internet speed, guys? Is it keeping up good? If someone just wants to write in there real quick, I just want to make sure we're getting good. We're not having any lag or anything like that for you guys. Good deal. Okay, thanks, Larry. Okay, so we got the green check mark here. That's asking you what plane do you want to start off on. For those of you who aren't familiar with SolidWorks, you guys can come over here, click on planes, but for right now, I'm just going to click on the top of the part, and then I can come up here, do a normal to view, and now I can create my stock. So I can, add a box, do whatever. Maybe I want to do a offset entities. So we'll just do that for right now. So now we got our offset entities. I just added 100th all the way around. And just like regular SolidWorks, come into your features. We're going to extrude it. And we'll just do up to a vertex. And now you'll see that we have our stock on there. Now you'll see it's you can kind of see it in and out. So that is another way of creating your stock inside there. And if you guys want, you guys can, rename this to, stock or, whatever you guys prefer. Definitely come in here and we can change the transparency of it so it's a little bit easier to view through. And like before, come in here, come to your stock, get rid of our old one here, and we'll just do our machine part. We can click on that stock, or you can come over here, like I said before, and just click on the part. Before you click on CAD Selection, then you can come over to your tree. Sorry about that. And click the Resume button. And now you have that stock that we just added in there. As soon as it allows me to show it here. I definitely have something going on with my graphics. Okay, there we go. All right, now we can do our Show 3D, and you'll see that we got our stock just the way we sketched it up. So this is really nice, and this is kind of my personal preference. I really like working with the 3D model of the stock just because you have way more capability. If you guys program the part, you guys get out on the machine, and the guys cut 50 bars that were actually, instead of being 50 thou longer, they are 100 thou longer. So you guys can just come in here, edit that part or edit that sketch and adjust for that and keep going. You don't have to redo any stock. All your SolidCAM features are all going to automatically update with that stock for you guys. So now what I want to do is we're going to grab the stock from a previous operation. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to add a 2D machine for right now. Let's call this a Haas machine. And let's do some 1018 Colder rolled. Grab our upper level here. Grab our profile depth. Now with iMachining, it automatically grabs the depths for you guys, but I'm just grabbing them, just showing you here. All right, accept that. And we'll just grab a 1/2 inch end mill, something standard here. Okay, I'll just play that through here. So when we were talking about stock before in the facet tolerance, the tighter you have it, the more accurate this outside edge is going to be. You'll see right now, if I just kind of zoom around here, it's pretty sharp, but we can see a little bit of a different lines going on there with the facet tolerance. But like I said, it's all for visualization, guys, so it really doesn't, you don't have to make it that tight. But let's just say that you guys wanted to grab this stock from a different operation and bring that stock into this one. So what you guys can do is, after you do the solid verify, you can come up here and do the saved machine stock to STL. And what we'll do is just throw this on the desktop for right now, and we'll say stock for class. So what it does is it makes the STL, or takes the STL file and saves it out. Now you can take that STL file and bring it in as stock into any one of your guys' folders, or into your guys' project. And real simple to do. All you have to do is come into our stock here. Man, this is just painfully slow for some reason. And we will unselect what we have here. Now, instead of doing the box or 3D model, you'll want to come down to your STL. It's supposed to open up a browser. Come on. Okay, so now you can come and browse, and here you can see it, stock for class. You can hit open on there. Hit the green check mark. And now you can do a show 3D, and that we're actually pulling a stock from this job, but you could actually open up any one of your CAM projects, bring in that stock, or maybe if you had an op2 of this part and wanted to keep it separate, you can bring that stock in. So really nice and easy. Easy to use, guys, as much as possible. So now let's go over a couple of the other stock options that we have in there. All right, so instead of doing STL, we went over box. Extruded Boundary. Extruded Boundary works really well for like aluminum, extrusions, different shapes that you guys want to run about. The sky's the limit on what you guys want to do, and all you have to do is, let me get some computer issues here. Come on. Apologize for this, guys. I'm not sure. I'm getting screen flashes going on right now. Tell you what, we'll start afresh. All right, keep going here. Okay, let's try this again here. Go to our extruded boundary. Okay, there we go. So now with extruded boundary, it's all based off of where your Z coordinate system is. So if your Z is going this way, anything below that is going to extrude out. So we can't extrude, just to the X positive way or the Y way. It's only going to be in the Z direction. And all you have to do for that is basically just come up here and just, like you're chaining your part, click the chain that where you want. So if you want, we can just do an auto constant Z, throw the chain around there. I can hit our green check mark out. And now we can do a show, and it will do an extruded boundary of just what profile that you clicked on to go around. So it's another way to do your stock. Pretty easy. Self-explanatory. Let's check out some of what other stock we have here. So we got our box we went over, extruded boundary we just went over, 3D model, and STL. Do we have any questions at all regarding the stock for more of the square stuff instead of the round? Looks like we do have a question. How do you update the operations with the new stock? The different stock, it will, for you guys, it will automatically, when you change your stock and you have different operations, if you guys have your synchronization set to automatic, it will automatically update your stock with your operations for you. If you guys have it set to manual, you will see a stoplight right here over the stock and the stoplight over your operation. To get all those to update, all you have to do is just right click up at top and do synchronize. And what it's going to do is it's going to resynchronize everything that you have updated with your stock or your target, and then it will automatically carry down through your list down here. So hopefully that answers your question. Any other questions before we get into some of the round stock? Nope, look good. All right, so let's, what we'll do now is actually I got a couple more. What we can do is, let me just close out of this part right here. And I'm just going to create some standard easy bar stock right here. Now this is if you guys want to kind of keep everything external. So you'll see right here just a general easy basic stock that I just drew up outside of SolidCAM. So what we'll do is we'll just save this. Let's just save this to stock. If I can type. Save that out. And now what we can do is close out of that part. We'll bring another part in. Now, like I said before, the nice thing using SolidCAM is it automatically starts it in assembly level. Now, one thing you guys won't be able to do is you guys won't be able to do this in SolidCAM internal, and that's because we are internal to SolidWorks, so we're only in part level only. So if you guys do internal, you lose all your ability to import different files just because we're only working with the SLD PRT, not the SolidWorks assembly level. So now what we can do is do an insert component, browse to your part, and I have no idea where I saved that stock to. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Okay, there's our stock. And now you can just click wherever you want. You can orientate it. You can move this around. Right now, it is a free floating stock. So what you'll have to do is use your SolidWorks, and you can come in here and mate everything up. Go right here, and maybe we'll just do a width mate. And those of you guys that don't use a width mate, man, that is a nice feature that SolidWorks has. Just click on the width, and it centers everything all up for you guys. Okay, so now you'll see I've inserted my stock into SolidCAM using the assembly level, and same as before. Just come in and open up your stock. Maybe. Hector, I see that you have your hand up. Did you have a question? Let's see here. Okay, so and then just like before, click the 3D model. And usually when you guys click that stuff, it's instantaneous, and like I said, I don't know what's going on with my computer tonight, but it is definitely running slow right now. And now we can click on 3D model and grab that. And you know, if you guys want to, you can also use your feature tree inside SolidWorks with your stock too. So hit the green check mark out. Now, let's say you guys have a really complex part. When you guys come in here to do a simulate, you guys click on Solid Verify. You guys are sitting and waiting for a while to do the updated stock. Lots of toolpath going on, and everything needs to be updated. And you're taking up a lot of time just waiting for that. There is a faster way to do your SolidCAM so it will load up faster. First thing, inside your settings of your Solid Verify, you can click on accuracy. You'll see right now I have mine set to 5/10, but you know, we can, like, default is 4/1000. So that will speed up your calculation or your updated stock much faster that way. One other thing is in your Solid Verify, now you guys can do this as a global setting or as a local. I'll show you as a local setting right here. You can come over, click on updated stock calculation. Instead of doing regular, you can do special for HSR, HSM. It's going to speed up your calculation quite a bit there. And then there's also is one more documentation or one more spot you can do this. Open up our SolidCAM settings here. And this is going to be under your global settings. Inside, so you got to remember where it is here. Inside your toolpath simulation right here, you guys can click on under the target load, do not load. And this will also speed up your updated stock calculation. So like I said, this is only if you guys are having you know, some really large aerospace parts, any kind of parts out there that's taking you did all these operations and you get down to the end and you just want to do a Solid Verify instead of waiting forever to update. Doing these two options right here is definitely going to speed up your calculation time immensely. So, all right, so now let's do a round part. I don't have any round parts offhand, so we'll just make one real quick. Okay. So now we got a round part. Pretty simple, easy part. I know you guys are probably laughing at my little round part here, but I know you guys do a really complex smelter and stuff, but the stock for it is going to go the same exact way. So we'll do SolidCAM new turning here. And like I said before, get that coordinate system on there as soon as possible, first thing that you do. And we'll do center revolution face, and that looks good right there. And now we can go to our stock. Now, a couple different options in here with your cylinder. You know, once we click on our cylinder, we'll get the representation of what's going on there. And basically, it's going to, you know, build a solid straight cylinder. Now, you guys can add more material to the Z positive, you know, accommodate for your saw cut length. Now, as I make these changes, let me get a good view here so you guys can see this. As I make these changes, you guys should see it update live. So you'll see that it automatically popped out there for you. So you should see that updating live. If you're not seeing it, it's probably going to the wrong spot. So now with the external, you can increase the diameter. So, you know, maybe your round part is 900 thou. You know, we have 1 inch round stock. We can add that so it accommodates for that. Now you can also do an internal diameter. Now, remember, right, you can highlight what you need there and just click, and it should pop the number in there for you. I guess not. So you can put an internal diameter in there of, you know, 0.5, or, you know, if you had a drill through hole, or 2 inches, so you guys can get a better representation of your stock. Same thing with the facet tolerance. The facet tolerance with the round stock, I like to run a little bit tighter. That way you guys don't get that jagged outside edge going all the way around. So now you guys can also do what we've done before, is the 3D stock. So if you guys just want to model it up like we do before, you also get a couple more options with the turning. You get the revolved boundary around the Z, just kind of what the Extrude does also for you. So pretty much the same thing for you guys. We want to keep it, you know, simple for if you guys are doing turning, mill turn, 3D, 4-axis. So we try to keep all these menus all the same for you guys. Unfortunately, that is all there is to do with stock. Not a very long talking subject, but I think I kind of went over everything that there is to do with stock. Is there anybody that has any questions right offhand regarding stock or anything like that? One thing I want to mention to you guys is in the last video I did show, let me open this up here for you. And where is it opened? Oops. We have the, if I can find it here. Tell a Friend program. If I can just find where I put that. Here it is. So we have this program for you guys that, like I said, last week I kind of went over this too, but for those of you guys that weren't in last week's, Tell a Friend is something really easy for you guys. If you guys know a guy in the machine shop down the street and you tell him about SolidCAM and he gets into a demo, normally you get $50. Now, since you guys had to listen to my boring lecture when you guys could be sleeping, they are going to double that for you. So you guys get a $100 Visa card, no strings attached. The card is already activated, so you don't have to pay any activation fee or anything like that. As soon as you get your buddy into the demo, you get a $100 gift card or Visa card. Now, let's say that buddy buys, you get 20% of that deal. So let's say he bought a 3D package or whatever package, he spent $10,000. You get a check for $2,000, no strings attached. So definitely really nice. Check it out. All you guys have to do is give us a name and a phone number, and that's all we need from you. And you guys will be, or you guys will get that $100 gift card. So, looks like we have one question here. Here's a question unrelated to stock. Can I ever measure from the CAM coordinate system to my model? Sometimes I'm not sure. Yes, you can. We will be going over this in the coordinate system one, but we can definitely touch base on it right now. Not sure if you guys have seen the screen flashing, but boy, it's driving me nuts. I'm actually going to open up that square part that we were just working on here, because we have a couple tool paths already on there. And what he's asking is, with the coordinate system, there is no way to measure where that is. There is nothing there for you. So what you guys can do is inside SolidWorks, if you expand out the design model, there should be a, I gotta find it here. There should be a 3D sketch representation of your chord sys. And I may have turned it on. Oh, here we go. So right here, at the very, very bottom of everything, what it does is it creates a 3D sketch for you. Now, what we do is we suppress that sketch right away, but if you want, you can come in here, unsuppress it, and we'll just hide the stock for right now. Come on. And you can actually grab dimensions off of that. So if you guys are wondering where your chord sys is and you can't get an exact point, just come down to your SolidWorks over here, scroll all the way down the very bottom and just do a show. Now each Mac that you create will automatically add a 3D sketch down here for you, so you guys can use it as reference geometry. You know, if you need to come in here, do a measurement from, let's say, you know, your origin point to center of the hole, definitely you can use that geometry for that. So can you do something similar with Inventor CAM? Or answering my question. You are answering my question. Jeff, do you want me to do it in Inventor CAM? Let's fire up Inventor here. And do you ever set your stock in a Kurt vise? Yes. Joe Hensley, yes, I do my stock in the Kurt vise all the time. Before I hop over to Jeff's question, let me get over to the fixtures here. And fixture is actually going to be our next night classes is going over fixtures also. So for those of you that don't know, we do support fixtures in here. Very easy to use. All you have to do is right-click on your setup and do add, and I'm sorry, right-click on your fixtures and do define, and you just click on anywhere on there that is a fixture. Now I already have this one all clicked up here, but all you have to do is just click through. Once again, you can do your CAD selection, click on all your features right here, so you don't have to click on every little nut and bolt, that sort of thing. Then what you do is you create a setup, and inside that setup, you just tell it what Mac position you want to use and what clamping fixture you want to use, and you can use it that way. So now if we come in here to do our simulate solid verify, you'll see this is our sample cast stock that's already in here, and it's already made it up to the Kurt vise in the solid verify. So Joe, did that answer your question on the stock? Perfect. All right, now let's close out of here. Now for those of you guys totally unstock related, the absolute best way to close out of your guys' SolidCAM parts, because there is no save button in here, the best way to do it is just right click over here and close. The reason we say do it that way is because if you come over here to the top right, hit the X out, what's actually happening is we are closing SolidWorks and SolidCAM at the exact same time. Now 95% time SolidCAM is able to close out before SolidWorks shuts down, but in that other 5%, sometimes it won't get all the data zipped up in time before you do it. So the best way to do it, come over here and do a close. If you notice some of your parts are running a little slow, you guys had a lot of geometry, you can also come up here and do a cleanup CAM part, and it's going to remove you know, any G-code files and any updated stock for simulation, all that stuff for you. So you can just hit select all, hit OK, and it's going to remove all that additional junk that you don't need in there, and it's going to make your file size quite a bit smaller. So we'll close out of that. And we'll open up our Autodesk Inventor here. If I can find it. And those of you guys that are Autodesk Inventor users, we are working with Autodesk 2017. There is a little bit more of a installation procedure to go about to get it in there, but still fairly easy. But just contact any one of us. And what I'm going to do here is, if you guys have any questions, I'm going to put my email address. My email address is in the GoToMeeting chat. So if you guys want to copy that out, keep that for reference. You know, you can also give me a call on the support line. Any suggestions also with the night classes? Definitely take any suggestions that you guys have. All right, so we got our part here. Basically, just kind of like SolidWorks, come up to your Inventor CAM, say new milling. Now, Jeff, I am a SolidWorks kind of guru. I'm not a Autodesk Inventor guru, so I'm not 100% sure if Autodesk works with configuration. Paul Johnson is our in-house Autodesk guru, so but we will definitely take a shot at this here. So right here we have our stock. Everything that you guys see inside SolidCAM is going to be the exact same thing inside Inventor CAM. The only thing difference is the dialog is actually detached. So like normal, we have our box, we have our extruded boundary, we got 3D model, cylinder, everything that you guys seen before. And you guys also have the same option to add box to CAD model down here, also using CAD Selection and your facet tolerance. So for those of you guys that are Inventor CAM users, any one of our videos that you guys see also works with Inventor CAM. So we have our box right here. Let's say we have saw cut, so let's do 0.1. We'll do 0 for our Y positive here, and saw cut for X minus. And we'll do 0, and our part on the bottom is rate to size, and we have a little bit left over on top. Click Add Box to CAD Model, and hit Finish. And you'll see that it throws that same wireframe around with you guys. Same thing with you know, your 3D model. If you guys want to bring a 3D model in here, you can turn the visibility off for it by just coming over to your model right here, and you can have your model view or assembly view, and you guys can, you know, hide components or whatnot in there. So we can feel sorry for each other. Thanks, Jeff. Anything else that you guys want to see inside Inventor CAM or inside SolidCAM to do with stock? Next week is, for those of you, boy, I might get the screen flash. We'll go to our solidcam.com here. So next week we will be going over fixtures. That one's going to be a little bit of a shorter one just because there's not too much to do, kind of like with stock, not much inside the fixtures, but we'll go through the ins and outs, adding fixtures in there, using crash detection for you guys, doing staying away for the tool holder with your fixtures, and we are going to, it doesn't show all of them in here, so as tomorrow, if you guys come in here, you'll actually see the stock one gone and you'll see a new one down here, so we're just kind of filtering these through. Then we'll go into chaining. This is going to be a really good one, a lot of information to do with chaining, and we might show a sneak peek of what 2016 has to do with chaining and how they change around some of that for you guys. Let's see. CAM coordinate systems to my model. CAM coordinate. Ooh, that's a good one, Jeff. I might have to get back to you on that one. I don't think we create one in here, but inside our settings under CoordSys. Jeff, I'll have to get back to you on that one with the adding that 3D sketch in there for your CoordSys to get measurements off of. So, anybody else have any questions? As long as we're here. Like I said, this one's a little bit shorter than normal, but not much. I think I covered everything I can think of in here, but if there is something that I'm missing, please let me know. Most of these classes are millwork. For the beginning, yes, we're just doing simple milling. We're just kind of doing a little trial run here, Hector, to see if we're getting a good response from this. Not sure if you guys can see, but there was 51 people signed up for this class today, so we are definitely going to be continuing this on, and we're going to go in through the ins and outs of absolutely everything inside SolidCAM. So if you guys are waiting for some mill turn, some HSS, some HSM, we are going to be going through all of that. And like I said, I am going to make it a mission to upload a video every day for you guys. Just did a couple licensing ones the other day for you. But also, if you guys want, you guys can go to YouTube and type in SolidCAM Professor too. If I can type here. And you will get Sydney's videos. Inside Sydney's videos here, he has got a ton of stuff that he goes over also. And we're just kind of helping you guys out as much as we can by providing as many videos as possible. So with that being said, I think that's about it. That wraps it up. Like I said, guys, take advantage of this Telefriend, easy cash in your pocket. We had a guy up in, I think it was Fargo. I can't remember. He took his whole family to the Bahamas because his buddy down the shop was using KevCAM and decided to make the switch over and replace a couple seats, and he walked away with $6,000 cash in his pocket. So he took the family to, I think it was Jamaica or somewhere warm. And if you live in Fargo, you need to get somewhere warm very often because it gets so cold. But anyways, thanks a lot, guys, for sitting through this. I really appreciate the time. Any feedback that you guys want or want to see in here next time, just shoot me an email. Trying to make this tailored to what you guys want to see and what we can do to help you guys out. But let us know, and like I said, I really appreciate your time. You know, I know it's late at night, but it seems like it's a good way to, no one's coming up and knocking on your office to bug you. So with that being said, have a great night, and like I said, this video will be uploaded shortly onto YouTube. If you subscribe to that channel, you'll see it pop up there, and you guys can kind of rewatch it, but definitely feel free to ask me any questions at all too, so you guys have my email address. With that said, have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.